Hi, I'm HUD Secretary Shaun Donovan, and I want to tell you about our new Transforming Rental Assistance initiative. Our economic crisis has taught us a lot about the impact housing has on people's lives. That's why I believe the single most important thing we do at HUD is provide rental assistance to America's most vulnerable families. Our public housing program alone serves some 2.3 million residents in 3,500 communities, 2/3 of whom are households with members who are elderly or disabled. In all, HUD provides deep rental assistance to more than 4.5 million households. Unfortunately, for all our progress and efforts, our continued ability to serve families in need is at risk. Today, billions of dollars of federal investment in public and assisted housing is in danger of being lost for future generations. I'm proud that the Obama administration provided an additional $4 billion in public housing capital funding as part of the Recovery Act last year. But that funding meets only about 1/5 of the estimated $20 billion capital backlog in public housing properties. At the same time, we've lost more than 150,000 affordable homes from our inventory in recent years. We also know that in our poorest neighborhoods, countless residents remain trapped in neighborhoods of concentrated poverty because moving means giving up their subsidy. These families lack choice, opportunity, and hope. So at this moment, we face a choice of our own. We can approach these challenges ad hoc, piecemeal, from program to program, as we have for decades. Or we can deal with them now, together, in partnership, in a comprehensive way, and put our rental assistance programs on a more sustainable footing for years to come. That's why HUD's proposing in our budget to launch a multi-year effort called the Transforming Rental Assistance Initiative, or TRA, which is anchored by 4 principles. First, that the complexity of HUD's programs and their overlapping delivery systems is part of the problem. Right now, HUD has 13 different deep rental assistance programs, each with its own rules, administered by 3 operating divisions that contract with more than 20,000 separate entities. No one would ever intentionally set up a system this complicated. The time has come to streamline and simplify these programs so that they're governed by a single, integrated, coherent set of rules, delivered through a system that better aligns with the requirements of other financing streams and social service providers, be they state or local, public or private, or the third sector of nonprofits. The second principle is that the key to meeting the long-term capital needs of HUD's public and assisted housing lies in shifting from the federal capital and operating subsidy funding structure we have today to a federal rental subsidy stream that can attract capital from private and other public sources. Third, the time has come to bring our rental programs into the housing mainstream. What do I mean by that? Today, we have a parallel system where most families live in housing that's financed, developed, and managed through mechanisms that can be integrated, literally and figuratively, with the communities around them. While the 2.5 million poor families served by HUD's oldest programs live in another. That's not right. Only when all HUD-assisted housing is built, financed, and managed in a 21st century way will we be able to attract the mix of uses, incomes, and stakeholders that HUD needs to make its rental assistance programs truly successful, and that families need to live in sustainable, vibrant communities with real opportunity. Fourth, we must combine the best features of our tenant-based and project-based programs to encourage resident choice and mobility. It's wrong that residents of public and assisted housing can't choose where they want to live without losing the rental assistance that they need. We know that real choice means informed choice. That's why HUD will work with partners at the state and local level to ensure that families with vouchers can choose to move to neighborhoods of greater opportunity if they want to. The changes we're proposing aren't about who owns public and assisted housing, but how it's funded. By allowing public owners to access the capital and resources private owners can today, we're leveling the playing field to make the preservation of publicly owned housing possible. So really, this is just the beginning, and we look forward to working with partners across the country to ensure we get the transformation of our rental programs right. While I recognize the change isn't easy, together, I know that we can put HUD-assisted rental housing on a strong foundation for decades to come. And together, we can build a federal housing system that better serves every family in every neighborhood in America. That's our goal, And in the days, weeks, and months ahead, let's work together to build it. Thank you.